Imagine waking up tomorrow, opening your trading platform, and watching your account grow while the rest of the world is still asleep. No boss, no office, no meetings. Just you, a laptop, and a market that moves over $7 trillion every single day. Now imagine something else. You're only one trade away from changing your life forever. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? That's exactly what millions of people believe the first time they discover Forex. They see traders posting luxury cars, massive payouts, exotic vacations. They hear stories about people making thousands before breakfast. Suddenly, Forex doesn't look like a market anymore. It looks like an escape from debt, an escape from a 9-to-5, an escape from financial stress. But here's what nobody posts online: the sleepless nights, the blown accounts, the emotional breakdowns, the months where nothing works, the moment you stare at your screen wondering if you'll ever become profitable. Because here's the truth: every professional Forex trader was once the beginner who almost quit. Every funded trader was once the trader who blew an account. Every consistent trader once believed the next indicator would change everything. The difference wasn't intelligence, it wasn't luck, it wasn't talent, it was evolution. Because becoming a Forex trader isn't about learning the market, it's about surviving long enough to transform yourself. Today we're walking through every level of that transformation, from complete beginner to becoming one of the rare traders who actually makes a living from the world's biggest financial market. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you are and exactly what comes next, because every Forex trader starts in exactly the same place. Level 1. The curious beginner. It starts with curiosity. Maybe a YouTube short, maybe TikTok, maybe someone on Instagram posting a payout certificate. Maybe a friend says, "I made $500 trading currencies." Currencies. You didn't even know people traded currencies. You knew about stocks, maybe Bitcoin, but Forex, that was new. So you search, what is Forex? One video becomes 3, 3 become 10. Soon, your entire algorithm changes. Now every recommendation is about candlestick patterns, risk management, London session, New York session, smart money, liquidity, talk supply and demand. At first, it feels overwhelming. Then, it becomes addictive. Every video promises something different. The holy grail strategy. The secret banks don't want you to know. The only indicator you'll ever need. And somehow, every thumbnail makes success feel one click away. You begin imagining your future. Trading from anywhere. Working whenever you want. Making money with a laptop. Freedom. That's the word that keeps repeating in your head. Freedom. You aren't obsessed with Forex. You're obsessed with what you believe Forex can give you. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. Dreams are powerful. Dreams create action. But dreams alone don't survive reality. Because reality doesn't begin until you place your first trade. And that moment changes everything. Curiosity eventually becomes confidence. Confidence becomes action. And action always has consequences. Because no matter how many videos you've watched, no matter how many books you've read, nothing prepares you. For the first time, real money is on the line. Level 2, the Demo King. Everyone starts here. The demo account. No risk, no pressure, no emotions, just virtual money. You open your platform, the charts move, everything feels professional. You buy, price goes up, profit. You sell, price drops, another profit. Within days, your demo account doubles. Suddenly, you feel unstoppable. You begin telling yourself, "I've figured it out." You calculate future income. If I can double a demo account, I can definitely do it with real money. But here's the problem. A demo account teaches strategy. It doesn't teach psychology. Because fake money creates fake emotions. You don't panic. You don't hesitate. You don't revenge trade. You don't feel fear. Because deep inside, your brain knows none of this is real. Then comes the dangerous moment. You stop practicing. You start believing. And belief, without experience, can be expensive. So you fund your first live account. Maybe $100, maybe $200, maybe $500. You smile. This is it. My journey finally begins. You click, buy. The trade opens, and suddenly everything changes. Your heart beats faster. Your breathing changes. You check the chart every few seconds. The exact same strategy. that worked perfectly yesterday now feels completely different. Not because the market changed, because your emotions did. You close winners too early. You hold losers too long. You move stop losses. You pray. You hope. You negotiate with the market. The demo trader disappears. The emotional trader is born. And for the first time, you realize something that every professional trader already knows. Trading isn't difficult because of the charts. Trading is difficult because money changes people. Most traders believe the next level is about finding a better strategy, but they're wrong. The next level begins the moment your first live account starts bleeding, because that's where the real Forex journey truly begins. Level 3, the first live account. The first deposit changes everything. Maybe it's $100, maybe $500, maybe $1,000. The amount doesn't matter, because to you it represents belief. This isn't demo money anymore. This is your money. Money you worked for. Money you promised yourself you wouldn't lose. You open your platform. Euro to USD begins moving. GBP/USD starts breaking higher. Gold looks tempting. Everything suddenly feels faster, louder, more important. You place your first live trade. At first, it goes exactly as planned. You're in profit, only a few dollars. But your brain doesn't care. It feels like thousands. You smile. Maybe this really is your future. Then, without warning, price reverses. Your profit disappears. Now you're negative. Instead of following your plan, you freeze. Maybe it'll come back. It always retraces. Just give it one more minute. 1 minute becomes 10. 10 becomes 30. Your stop loss gets closer. Your breathing gets heavier. Your hands begin shaking. You don't close. You can't, because accepting the loss feels like admitting you failed. Eventually, the stop loss is hit. Silence. Your first real loss. It wasn't huge, but emotionally, it feels enormous. For the first time, you understand something every professional already knows. Losing money doesn't hurt because of the amount. It hurts because your ego loses with it. And unfortunately, the market has an unlimited supply of lessons. One loss becomes 3. 3 become 10. Soon, you stop asking, why did the market move? And start asking, why does nothing work? That's when every trader begins searching for the perfect strategy. Level 4. The Strategy Addict. Your YouTube history changes. Forex strategy. Best ICT setup. Best smart money concept. Highest win rate strategy. Liquidity sweep. Order blocks. Fair value gaps. Session kill zones. Every day a new mentor appears. Each one sounds convincing. This strategy has a 95% win rate. This is what banks actually use. This changes everything. You believe them. Because hope is easier than responsibility. For a week, you trade only fair value gaps. The next week, only break of structure. Then market structure shift. Then Fibonacci. Then EMA. Then RSI. Then MACD. Then another indicator. Then another strategy. Your charts slowly become impossible to read. Lines everywhere, boxes everywhere, indicators everywhere. But your account looks exactly the same. One evening, something strange happens. You notice 2 traders. One uses price action, the other uses smart money. Both make money. Then you notice another trader, using the same strategy as you. He wins, you lose. That's when a dangerous question enters your mind. What if the strategy isn't the problem? That thought changes everything. Because if the strategy isn't broken, then maybe the trader is. It's uncomfortable, painful, but it's also the first honest thought you've had since starting Forex for months. You've been changing systems, changing indicators, changing mentors, changing YouTube channels, everything except yourself. Professional traders understand something beginners don't. The strategy creates opportunities. The trader determines the outcome. A profitable system, in emotional hands, still loses money. That's why psychology beats strategy. Every single time. Once you stop chasing strategies, you begin noticing something much more dangerous. The market isn't defeating you. Your emotions are. And that's where the hardest level begins. Level 5. The Emotional Trader. This level doesn't appear on charts. It appears inside your mind. Every trade becomes a battle, not against the market, against yourself. You promise, I'll only take A+ setups. Then boredom arrives. Nothing happens. No clean entries, no confirmations, just waiting. At first, you stay patient. Then your brain whispers, maybe this is good enough. You enter early. The trade fails. Now frustration appears. You immediately look for another trade, not because it's there, because you want your money back. That's revenge trading. The market hasn't changed. You have. Then comes fear. After 3 losing trades, you hesitate. Finally, the perfect setup appears. Everything matches your rules, but you don't click. You remember the last loss. Price explodes exactly as planned, without you. Now regret replaces fear. So the next trade, you enter too aggressively, it loses. Again, the cycle continues. Fear, greed, hope, regret, euphoria, panic. Every emotion takes a turn controlling your account. Until one day, you open your trading journal, not because someone told you to, because you're desperate. You begin writing why you entered, why you exited, what you felt, what you were thinking. Weeks later, a shocking pattern appears. Most of your losing trades weren't bad setups. They were emotional decisions. You didn't lose because the 2 USD moved unexpectedly. You lost because you broke your own rules. You moved your stop loss. You increased your position size. You chased momentum. You traded out of boredom. The market wasn't attacking you. It was exposing you. And that's the moment everything starts changing. You stop asking, how can I predict the market? Instead, you ask, how can I control myself? That single question separates amateurs from professionals, because Forex was never designed to test your discipline. Level 6, the disciplined trader. One morning, you sit in front of your charts. London opens. The market starts moving. A few months ago, you would have jumped into the first candle. Today, you simply watch. Nothing feels urgent anymore. Your checklist sits beside your keyboard. Trend, liquidity, risk, confirmation, entry, if one condition is missing. You don't trade. That's new. Because discipline isn't exciting, it's repetitive. You no longer wake up asking, how much can I make today? Instead, you ask, can I execute my plan perfectly today? Some days the answer is yes. Some days the answer is no trade. And surprisingly, you're completely okay with that, because you've finally discovered something. Professional traders get paid for patience, not activity. You begin risking only 1%, sometimes even less. Friends tell you you're too conservative. Social media keeps showing traders making 50% in a week. You ignore it, because you've already seen how those stories usually end. Blown accounts, disappearing channels, broken confidence. Meanwhile, your account grows quietly. Not fast, not dramatically, just consistently. For the first time, your biggest victory isn't making money. It's following your rules. And strangely enough, that's exactly when your account begins growing faster than ever before. Consistency creates confidence. Confidence creates opportunity. And one opportunity changes your trading career forever. Level 7. The consistent trader. Months pass. You're no longer obsessed with profits. You're obsessed with execution. Every trade follows the same process. Analyze, wait, execute, manage risk. Journal, repeat. The market still surprises you. You still lose trades. But emotionally, nothing changes. A winning trade doesn't make you feel like a genius. A losing trade doesn't make you question your future. You finally understand, 1 trade means nothing. 10 trades mean very little. 100 trades, that's where the truth begins. Your focus shifts from outcomes to probabilities. Now something interesting happens. Other people begin noticing. Friends ask, how are your trades going? Instead of saying, I made money today, you say, I followed my plan. That answer surprises them, because beginners measure profits. Professionals measure discipline. Your journal becomes your greatest teacher. Every month, you discover another weakness. And every month, you remove another emotional mistake. Without realizing it, you're becoming the trader you once watched on YouTube. Then, one email arrives. Just a few words, but those words mean everything. Level 8. The funded Forex trader. Congratulations, you passed. You stare at the screen. For a few seconds, you don't move. You read it again, then again. Not because you don't understand it, because you've imagined this moment for years. Every failed challenge, every blown account, every frustrating week, every moment you wanted to quit, suddenly, they all make sense. You smile. Maybe you call your parents. Maybe your best friend. Maybe nobody. Because unless someone has lived this journey, they'll never fully understand what this moment means. This isn't just a funded account. It's proof. Proof that you changed. Proof that discipline finally beat emotion. Proof that consistency defeated impatience. Proof that you became someone who deserves responsibility. But you also understand something important. Passing the challenge wasn't the finish line, it was the beginning. Now, you have something worth protecting. Money changes people, but steady income changes their future. Level 9. The Professional Forex Trader. Your payouts begin arriving. Not every week, not always huge, but consistently. The first withdrawal feels different, very different, because this isn't demo money. It isn't challenge profit, it's real income. The market actually paid you, not luck, not gambling, not guessing. Discipline.risk management, patience. You earned every dollar. Ironically, trading becomes less exciting. Your office is quiet. No celebrations after winning. No anger after losing. Just another day, another setup, another execution. You stop chasing excitement because excitement usually costs money. Your daily routine becomes simple. Wake up, review the calendar, mark key levels. Wait.trade only if your edge appears. Close the platform. Go live your life. That's what freedom actually looks like. Not staring at charts all day, not forcing trades. Freedom means not needing to trade, because you know another opportunity always comes tomorrow. Most people think this is the final destination. They're wrong. There's one last transformation, and it has nothing to do with money. Level 10. The 5% Forex Trader. Years ago, you wanted to become rich. Today, you simply want consistency. Years ago, you celebrated every winning trade. Today, you celebrate following your plan. Years ago, you searched for the perfect strategy. Today, you trust the one you've already mastered. Your account is bigger. Your mindset is calmer. Your emotions are quieter. Losses still happen, but they no longer control you. Because you've accepted something most traders never do. Forex isn't about predicting the future. It's about managing uncertainty. The market owes you nothing. Every trade is simply another probability. Some win, some lose. Your job isn't to be right. Your job is to stay consistent long enough for the math to work. That's why only 5% succeed. Not because they found a secret, because they stopped searching for one. Instead, they built habits, systems, patience.discipline.character. And those qualities compound far faster than money ever could. If you've watched this far, you probably recognized yourself somewhere in this journey. Maybe you're still the curious beginner. Maybe you're blowing live accounts. Maybe you're trapped searching for the perfect strategy. Or maybe you're finally becoming consistent, wherever you are. Remember this, every professional Forex trader started exactly where you started. Confused, excited, impatient, scared. The difference wasn't talent, it wasn't intelligence, it wasn't luck, it was persistence. They stayed in the game long enough to become a different person. Because Forex doesn't just build traders, it reveals character. Every losing streak teaches patience. Every winning streak tests humility. Every challenge builds discipline. And over time, those lessons create someone completely different from the person who placed that very first trade. So don't focus on becoming rich. Focus on becoming disciplined. Don't chase the next winning trade. Chase the next correct decision. Because success in Forex is never created by one perfect trade. It's created by thousands of ordinary decisions, made consistently, over years. One day, you'll look back at the trader you used to be, and you'll realize the greatest profit you ever made wasn't money. It was the person you became along the way. Welcome to the journey. Welcome to the 5% Trader.